Police on high alert, searching for a suspect caught on video wheeling around a suitcase, later found to be hiding the body of a young woman strangled to death. Let us go straight out to Nancy Grace producer Rupa Mikulaneni. Rupa, what is the latest tonight?
Well, Jean, I am standing right here in front of the very building in this tree-lined neighborhood, lovely neighborhood, Jean, just a few yards away from the famous Italian restaurant Rao's, where celebrities dine every evening. A body in a suitcase was found in this very spot where I stand. That's right. Wednesday morning, midnight, just after midnight, a report comes in to the police, a 911 call from the restaurant of Rao's. Apparently, just a few minutes earlier, a passerby was walking along, saw this suitcase, thought maybe there was something valuable in this suitcase, opened it up, opened the zipper up, and a leg pops out. He runs panicking to the restaurant and calls 911. And later, police are on the scene. They open the suitcase up, and it's a dead body of a young female, Jean, 28 years old.
Now, let's start from the beginning here, because we see this surveillance video. We see this man. Where does this video come from? It's surveillance video. It's a city street, holiday shoppers. Who had surveillance video?
That's right. So the surveillance video comes from a residential building right here behind me. You'll see it. And actually, I'm in the spot where this man caught on this surveillance video is dragging a suitcase along. And you see this for a few minutes in the surveillance video. Then you see him pause right here just behind me for about 60 seconds. He pauses while three people, holiday shoppers, people in the neighborhood walking by. He pauses. You see him lift up his collar. You see him wipe his face, adjust himself a little bit, looking perfectly relaxed, actually. And then as they pass by, then he continues to move on, dragging this suitcase. And a few minutes later, just a little bit further down, where the camera, he goes off camera, Jean, and that is when the suitcase is abandoned, left behind. And then a few minutes later, a neighborhood passerby walks over, finds this suitcase, and sees the leg popping out of this suitcase.
And Rupa, I saw that too on the video. He wipes his face. Rupa, it is freezing temperatures. You see what the man is wearing out there? A jacket, a scarf, a cap. He's working up a sweat because he's got a body in the suitcase. Naomi Goldstein, former producer for Nancy Grace, thank you so much for joining us. Late today, autopsy results were released of this body. What do we know at this point?
Well, Jean, I have to say we've covered a lot of stories together, both here at Nancy Grace and both at True TV as well. And this is one of the more tragic ones I've ever seen. This 28-year-old woman in the prime of her life was strangled to death.
She was strangled to death. But Naomi, even more than that, what we're hearing is that there was blood in that suitcase, right?
Yep, there's pools of blood in the suitcase and also apparently on the sidewalk surrounding it a little bit. There's believed to be some sort of head trauma on the victim as well.
So strangulation, but head trauma as well, and the body of an adult female. Rupa, do we know how old at least this young woman is?
Right. Police actually do know who this individual is, but they are not releasing her name. But they've described her as a female, 28 years old, from this area, Harlem area, but also her last known address may have been the Bronx. We know that there was a pool of blood in the suitcase. And what's interesting, Jean, is that when police arrived at the scene, opened up the suitcase and found the body, the upper body and head were covered in a black garbage bag. Then a pool of blood in the suitcase, which then later seeped onto the sidewalk right here, right behind me. Now, this has all been cleaned up since I've been here. The police no longer consider this a crime scene. They cleared out late yesterday afternoon. So that's what we've got.